The episode begins with the Zero Squad preparing in their heavenly realm. A mysterious woman appears and gives Ichigo special clothes that will protect him. She draws a line and tells him it will take a week to reach his destination. But if he runs, it'll be just 3 days. Shocked, Ichigo hesitates, but they push him forward, assuring him he'll reach in 2 hours. Meanwhile, Ichibei feeds him and says Ichigo will soon return stronger. On the other side, Ishida stands before a Quincy and reveals how they execute defeated enemies, transferring their energy to Yuak. Just as the execution begins, a powerful figure appears, and they are all wiped out, likely due to a spiritual screen weakening them. Ishida's power now matches Yuak's. Elsewhere, Rukia is confused as she can't feel any spiritual pressure. Suddenly, a Quincy girl appears, claiming she stole Rukia's brother's Bankai. They fight, and the Quincy, F, uses fear as her power, but Rukia doesn't get scared. As F intensifies her attacks, Rukia begins freezing her. F then transforms into her next form. They battle fiercely, Rukia confronting her inner fear. F gets frozen completely, but breaks out, using her sister's power. As things escalate, Byakuya arrives, effortlessly countering F's power without even using Bankai. He says his move isn't a Bankai, surprising F. Finally, Rukia uses her Bankai, freezing everything around her. F is completely frozen. Meanwhile, chaos brews as another dangerous Quincy girl appears and vanishes after slapping a fellow Quincy, ending the episode. The next episode starts with 2 children, a little girl and an older boy, protecting injured people. Suddenly, a mysterious woman with invisible abilities appears. The girl tries to punch her multiple times but gets confused, unsure if her attacks are even landing. The mysterious woman can shift her body from one place to another easily. The boy doubts what's happening, while the little girl is still unsure if her hits are effective. Then she pulls out her sword and begins fighting seriously, using her Bankai. She calls her sword Shampoo, and even though her form doesn't change, her power is immense. The boy claps for her, shocked at her strength. Another man appears, telling the woman she was already defeated, and he claims he created her through imagination and can manipulate her completely. His memory and brain are so strong that he can anticipate her every move. He uses a spell to summon a creature that breaks her arm instantly. He refers to himself as the Visionary, which surprises the girl. As the fight escalates, Rocky joins in to protect the girl, and the captain also arrives to fight. The Visionary mocks the captain, saying he's just another figment of his imagination, but the captain surprises everyone by slashing through the Visionary's tough body with ease. The captain's spiritual pressure stuns all. The Visionary creates clones, drops meteors, and traps them in water, but the captain resists. Eventually, the Visionary is severely wounded, revealing everything was just his imagination. The episode ends on this intense note. The next episode opens with a child, and a scene of Quincy hands raised, then shifts to a vision of Yuak's birth and his strange dream. He is shown speaking calmly to Ishida, while elsewhere, Zaraki searches for something, stepping over discarded clothing as people approach, calling out Captain Yuan. Suddenly, lightning strikes Zaraki, but he remains unaffected. A group of powerful Quincy women arrive, each with unique powers. Candace attacks with lightning, another girl uses love-based powers to crush opponents, and Giselle regenerates. Whenever she's hit, soldiers attack but are effortlessly beaten. Zaraki begins moving quickly, battling fiercely. Candace zaps him again, leaving him unable to move, and Rukia senses this from afar. A powerful spiritual pressure breaks through a wall and speeds past the girls as Zaraki collapses. Ichigo arrives and Candace attacks immediately, followed by the others. One tries to eat him, but Ichigo knocks them all back with ease. Their attacks fail and Candace becomes enraged, pushing her powers further. Ichigo makes a small slash that releases overwhelming power, badly hurting Candace. She regenerates her hand, and suddenly, an energy blast shoots through them, revealing Baz B and 3 other Quincy joining the fight. Ichigo senses someone approaching from behind. It's Uryu. He teleports away using a newly discovered route to the Royal Palace. Meanwhile, Squad Zero and Soul Reapers prepare to react. Ichigo's friends are shocked when Uryu attacks him. Ichigo demands answers, calling out his name as Uryu leaves with Yuwatch for the royal palace. The episode ends. The next episode begins in the urban post-invasion area where Ichigo and his friends are fighting. Ishida's last appearance is shown as he leaves, creating a strong wind and pressure that forces everyone to shield themselves. Ichigo is shocked, but he believes they'll bring Ishida back. Everyone reflects on their memories with him, realizing he might not be under Yuwak's control, but acting on his own. Rukia's friends say they won't accept Ishida back without an explanation. Suddenly, Hiyori arrives and they assume Ichigo's been trained by Squad Zero again. Ichigo is told he must return to the royal palace to stop Yuwak. Meanwhile, the captains are in disarray, acting more like dogs than leaders. Rukia and Renji are seen defending their area, where Renji mocks an opponent's hair by calling him Chicken Head, sparking a huge explosion. Another girl appears, waiting for the right moment, and attacks fiercely after hugging her friend. Urahara explains that they lack power to launch Ichigo like before, as the pillar system was damaged. Kukaku arrives with new tools to generate energy, and Soul Society members question what's going on. Meanwhile, zombie-controlled soldiers appear, and powerful girls like Bambietta and Giselle take over. Giselle controls a zombie army made from dead Soul Reapers, shocking everyone. More characters join the fight, and Bambietta's friend regenerates. Her hand. Suddenly, a powerful enemy throws them back easily, reminding viewers of Tournament of Power-style battles. The episode ends with everyone shocked by the overwhelming zombie presence and power. The next episode begins with the shocking reveal of a former captain who has now become a zombie, surprising everyone. Kenshi is seen injured after protecting others, but his arm is frozen and possibly severed. Rose is also turned into a zombie, and Mayuri Kurotsuchi deduces that Giselle turned them before their deaths. Hitsugaya appears next, now zombified, and swiftly kills a Quincy with one slash. Mayuri sets up a barrier and prepares for battle, stating that fighting a captain like Hitsugaya is no small task. Though not a fighter, Mayuri uses his scientific tools and Bankai to face off. Meanwhile, Hitsugaya repeatedly regenerates, and Mayuri mentions testing drugs on him to analyze how he revives. Eventually, Mayuri uses a special serum to control the zombified captains, turning them against Giselle. She's shocked to learn her zombies now obey Mayuri. On another battlefield, love-based Quincy Pepe uses mind control power to force others, including 69, to fight against their allies. Captain Rose is attacked, but Mayuri's interference turns the tide. Giselle's control fails, and she is struck, down by one of her own. Lil Tato angrily punishes Pepe for manipulating Bambietta. She powers up and devours him with her huge jaws. The episode ends with Ichigo and his group reaching the royal palace, preparing to face what awaits them inside, setting the stage for the next battle.